my identity as a Black woman had a place in data science. And that was something just that I had never really thought about, that embracing myself for my identity actually furthers an understanding of data science. Those two things feel like disparate entities to me. And it was at that moment that I knew that this was what I was supposed to do. And it's kind of the reason why I'm sitting here today, not to the quantitative question you're asking around um, earning potential. The potential, I would say, is probably, I want to say limitless, but really more the focus is that if we want to talk specific, I get wrapped up in like, think about identity. But and when we think about career opportunities, the point of this partnership, and to Candace's point, is that no matter what field you go into, if you have a command and know how to harness the power of data science, you are going to be at the top of your field. Because that, to Dr. Polio's point about trying to prepare the next generation for careers that do not exist, it's going to be the ability to be flexible, to be malleable, to be a critical thinker, and to be a lifelong learner that is going to push you to the front of whatever field you go into. And data science in particular is unique, and Candace is talking about this, in that it is a lifelong learning subject. It is not something where you graduate, I don't know, Azure, SQL, so you're done. Ask a data scientist from 15 years ago if that's the case. You are going to be required to be flexible. You're going to be required to learn new technology and software platforms. And that's what we're trying to do within our work with the Academies of Louisville, within our work in partnership with Simmons College, is to imbibe that flexibility that data science provides so that whatever should happen in the future, whatever new technologies and new advancements come our way, that students are prepared for it. And if they can harness the power of that flexibility through data science, then the earning potential is really limitless. And they can move forward into family supporting wages and move our society forward also in the process.
Thank you so much, Alicia. I appreciate that. And as you talk about identity and realizing that you have a space in this industry and you want to attract more just like you to join in. Candace, I've seen you shaking your head to a lot of the points that Alicia was talking about, and you have a data science background and you work a lot with our students. Could you kind of talk a little bit about how this investment will help shape the skills needed for a successful transition post-college and why this truly speaks to you?
Thank you, Crystal. I think this speaks to me most because I've had a number of experiences in my life where data has driven a number of the decisions that I've made. Whether that might be finances, that might be my career path. I've used data science to make some pretty major decisions in my life. And so as I nod my head in agreement with Alicia, it takes me back to remember that our students are going to use this not only to foster growth and development in their life, but it's also going to happen for their community. And so as they learn about data science through our modules, through badging, through hands-on research, we'll be able to equip the students to go back into their community to have an impact as well. And so part of our strategy is going to be to have modules in our courses. We have a learning management system, and we will build those courses over time. And we'll also use some Power BI that Alicia has introduced me to. Power BI by Microsoft is a wonderful software that I look forward to using in the planning process. And so as Simmons College leans into a future of work with Alicia, I look forward to building out those modules and finding additional softwares that our students will be able to make decisions based on data.
Wonderful. Thank you, Candace. Dr. Cosby, you said you wanted to weigh in on that?
That the greatest testament to the power and importance of an HBCU is not simply that we are attracting students from states from Nebraska to California to Florida who are now in Louisville, Kentucky, because we have an HBCU. It's not just the students, but it is the scholars. I want you to think about this. The only reason we're here is because we have an HBCU. And the only reason we are here also is because the HBCU recruited last year talent that was not here. And that is Candace Holt, who, because there's an HBCU, and we gave her an offer, her family left Cleveland, Ohio, and moved to Louisville. And because she moved to Louisville, because there's an HBCU that she moved to, she wrote a grant. And because she wrote a grant, there's $250,000 that is now in our community that's going to help Black kids. So one thing, I think I'm doing data. And this is just the beginning of what can happen. If there was not a Simmons, she would not be here. So this is, to me, this is, in my opinion, the great takeaway of this whole event, that we have someone who is so brilliant, like Candace is a part of our team.
Absolutely, I agree. Candace, hold everybody. And we wrangled her in at the last minute to be part of this discussion, but she is so brilliant, and we just are so blessed to have her as part of the Simmons family. Well, this we appreciate, and we thank everyone for coming out for this amazing announcement. And so I'm just going to allow all the panelists to just final thoughts before we go. Mr. Paul, again, thank you so much to JPMorgan Chase for this investment into Simmons College, investment to our workforce development, and investment into us. Paul?
Yeah, I just would reiterate, I think, with Dr. Cosby's points several times, the value of Simmons College to our community, the value of education to all of our community, particularly our Black community, cannot be overstated. I think education is the way to jobs, education is the way to home ownership, education is the way to own a business. It is the way out, so to speak, and the way to create a better society. So once again, I applaud what Dr. Cosby is doing, and also Dr. Polio.
Revenue last words?
Yes. I'll close by saying that, Alicia, thank you so very much, Polio, Paul, Candace, and I do use data in my sermons. And the reason why is because there's a book in the Bible, the fourth book in the Bible is called Numbers. So I have to use numbers. And one last little anecdotal fact, and that is that Jesus, according to Mark 5, is called the carpenter. We have a Greek scholar here, a New Testament scholar, Brother Chris Caldwell. If you look up the Greek word carpenter, Jesus is the carpenter's son. It is the Greek word in the New Testament. Here it is. See if you can see the English derivative. Technon. It is the English word for technology. So Jesus himself was a technocrat. So, that's my statement.
Candace, last words.
As I sat here, I looked to the right and I see a quote from Dr. William J. Simmons, who was the second president of Simmons College of Kentucky. And the quote says, "Education is the means and manner of personal elevation." And I kept looking at that sign and it really resonated with me. And as we educate our students, we are assisting them in elevating their lives. And I think that's our takeaway for today.
Thank you, Candace. Dr. Polio.
Yeah, thank you. I think when I reflect on this, it's everyone in education across America, really across the world, are looking looking for answers about how we bridge gaps, achievement gaps, ensure that every student is successful in school. We always look for easy answers, easy initiatives, privatization, scholarship, tax credits, things like that that might solve the problem. In the end, we still have the kids who need us the most. It's most important that we provide them with the best engaging education, pathways and programs that are going to make them successful against all odds. And I think this is an example of what we have to do over and over again. And it's not easy, but what it is the local community, the school district, a local college, specifically HBCU, Simmons College of Kentucky, and a fantastic corporate partner in JPMorgan Chase working together to support kids. So I think it is the model of what we have to do over and over again. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Cosby, for Simmons College of Kentucky, and Paul for JPMorgan Chase for your investment in the kids of this community. Thank you.
Alicia, you have the last word. Go ahead.
Well, I just want to take a moment and highlight what Dr. Polio and what others on the panel have said as well. It's about partnerships, and then sometimes about non-traditional partnerships that maybe we haven't thought about before. And to your point, Dr. Polio, around that this continues to be something we have to work on. It's not just one partnership, it's not just one press conference or one grant donation, but it's continual partnerships and building that coalition of partnerships within the city in which you live that really buoys my spirits today. It has been an honor to sit on this panel with such a tremendous group that is trying to move change forward in our community. And I am so excited, and we are so excited to continue to partner with Simmons, continue to partner with JCPS, continue to partner with JPMorgan Chase in advancing equity and advancing data science as a career field within the city of Louisville.
Thank you so much. Opening this last portion of this event to media. Does anyone have any questions they want to pose to our panel? Do we have any questions? Yes. Oh, okay, good. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And again, we appreciate your support. And Simmons has just gained some steam from JPMorgan Chase. Thank you, JPMorgan Chase.